If she ran the moment that things got deep, if she said she wanted closeness and then ghosted you, you're probably dealing with a fearful avoidant. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to handle a fearful avoidant ex, because this type is so different from any other ex that you'll ever deal with. And simply going no contact or glowing up or things like that usually aren't enough to get them back. Fearful avoidants are tricky because they don't usually fit into one category or another. See, they have this push and pull to them. One day, they're hot, they're telling you everything you want to hear, and they're not really trying to love bomb you like a narcissist would. They're actually telling you how they truly feel, and then the next day, they don't even text you. Nothing. Totally dead silent. They can be clingy one day and totally ghost you the next. And it's so jarring because you've done absolutely nothing wrong, and you start to think that you're doing something. If you're an anxious attachment, then you're really gonna get screwed up by this, because you're gonna start being clingy, you're gonna start texting them more, you're gonna start to pursue them, and this makes them pull away even farther, even faster, even harder, and act even colder towards you. You do not want to go down this path. You want to be, as much as humanly possible, if you're anxious, you want to learn how to be secure. And what we mean by secure is simply normal. So you're not clingy, you're not triple texting, you're not double texting even, you're not trying to pursue this person whenever they do ghost you, whenever they do walk out of your life. Because I'm guaranteeing you right now, if you're dealing with a fearful avoidant, that's exactly what's going to happen. A fearful avoidant will often open up to you fairly early on in the relationship. They'll tell you all about their traumatized past, they'll tell you all about their hopes and dreams, the things they want to accomplish. And again, this isn't like a narcissist. This isn't like the people that will love bomb you and try to trick you into opening up so that they can just use you later. They really do feel that in the moment. But when things start to get real, when that intimacy becomes so real that they know it, they withdraw. And it leaves you in total confusion over what to do, because you didn't do anything. You were just there, you were just open. And the thing is, they'll always blame it on something small. That's why I say they always take and make a planet out of a pebble. It's when you start to mirror that intimacy. In other words, you're giving them back exactly what they're giving you, which is openness and closeness, intimacy. And that's not a coincidence. That's their fear of engulfment. They'll give you excuses like, I'm really just scared of being hurt again, or I'm just really not good at relationships. Here's the classic one, I just need some time to figure things out. What they're really doing is trying to pull away from you because they feel trapped by your emotions. And again, they initiated it. They're the ones that are trying to be intimate with you, and if you give them that back, they'll pull away. So it's like, how do you even have a relationship with these people? Well, that's for another video. In this one, we're gonna be talking about how to get them back. They may even start to pick fights with you over little things, almost like it's a defense mechanism, because they can sense you're getting too close. They know that you're getting close to them, so they gotta push you away. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Just let me have my space, just back up so I can breathe, just stay over there. Then when they break up, it's the oddest thing, because they won't just block you. They won't just remove you from your life, typically. Unless you were really toxic or something extreme. They may remove you from their close friends list. They may unfollow you. They may do something like this, but all of that really is trying to trigger you. It's trying to gain control over an emotional situation that they don't know how to deal with if you handled it properly. So they may not block you, but if you try and talk to them, they won't reply either. Or if they do, it's something very short, very cold, maybe even vague. And it still leaves you scratching your head like, what did I do? Like, you blew up over nothing. You left me over nothing. We just had an awesome time. We just had a great vacation. We just had a great week. We had a great date. And now I try to just call you and just see how you are. And this is what I get. So what's wrong with you? And often it's because people don't know what they're dealing with. That makes them shut off to them. And of course, this makes the fearful avoidant run. This makes them shut down even harder and run even farther. And that's usually when people lose full control of the relationship, because guess what? You didn't know how to handle them. And it's not necessarily your fault, because you don't know. I mean, if you're not watching videos like this, it's like, how are you supposed to prepare for a person who is wired internally into their actual nervous system, into their freaking brainstem, that whenever things get close and intimate and good, self-sabotage and run as far and away and as hard as you possibly can? That's exactly what they have, because they have that fear of intimacy. Okay, let's go over the very basics. Everybody knows that you need to go into no contact for at least a set amount of time with every one of your exes. Doesn't matter if they're an avoidant, it doesn't matter if they are a narcissist or any type of ex, you should go no contact. But that's not enough for a fearful avoidant or somebody with an attachment style. For a fearful avoidant, you need to go no contact for 6 to 8 weeks. That's because most fearful avoidants will soft ping you on social media, which is doing something small like viewing your stories, liking one of your posts, something real subtle. It's not a reach out, but it's something real subtle like that, maybe a story reaction, but they're not in your DMs yet. They're not actually sending you a message. This is called a soft ping, and you're bound to get at least one within the first 3 months of the breakup. After the first 2 to 3 months, and you kind of have to decide on your own with this one, okay? 2 to 3 months, so no shorter than 2 months and no longer than 3 months, and you need to drop them a breadcrumb. This is the difference between a normal, secure ex and a fearful avoidant. Because with a fearful avoidant, if you do not drop them breadcrumbs throughout the no contact phase, they will rewrite the narrative in their head for your relationship as something that is not necessarily your fault, but they'll rewrite it like they don't care anyway and they'll move on. They'll do everything they possibly can to bury that emotion, to bury that relationship. And what you don't understand is that a fearful avoidant can do this for years and years and years. So if you just go no contact and do nothing else, what's going to end up happening is if they don't reach out by about month 3, then what's going to happen is that they're going to rewrite that narrative in their head that you didn't really matter, that they didn't really matter to you, and that they should just move on because it didn't mean much anyway, even if it did, even if in their nervous system, they know that isn't true. If you break silence too early, you'll make them feel cornered, and it'll trigger their emotional independence wound. They'll panic, retreat, it'll reinforce the idea that intimacy equals danger, and they'll run even farther. That's that intimacy wound, that's that attachment wound in them. But if you stay off the map forever, if you simply go no contact forever with them, they'll assume that you've abandoned them. Now, this is not what a secure person thinks, especially if you're still friends with them on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. They think, well, I mean, we're still friends, we haven't really, blocked each other or anything like that. But a fearful avoidant will think that you are completely and permanently done with them, and they will simply file you away and be done with it. They'll assume that you have simply abandoned them, and that triggers that core wound of abandonment in them as well. So what do? You do not reach out. Let's make this very obvious. It's still no contact. You still do not reach out, but you need to drop them breadcrumbs, something like once a month. Now look, I don't know your specific situation, okay? But generally speaking, if you have nothing else to go on, you can drop them a breadcrumb every single month. A breadcrumb, because I've dealt with this personally as well, is you uploading something to your close friend's story. And they're on your close friend's story, obviously, they see it, okay? And it's subtly aimed at them. It's like a favorite place you guys used to go. And it can't be like blatant, you know what I mean? Like it can't be a caption that says, "I miss you so much," and it's like the restaurant you first went to or something. Don't do that, okay? But it's something simple. It's like showing up at one of their favorite places. You take the pic, nothing else. You don't need a caption or anything like that. You're dropping them little bitty breadcrumbs about once a month to keep that tether, to keep that emotion alive, to keep that bond still there. And here's the thing, you need to do that because, like I said, they will assume you're abandoning them because that's their core wound. That's them assuming the absolute worst out of the situation. Whether or not they were even in love with you, whether or not you were in love with them, they'll bury that because that's what's at the heart of every fearful avoidant, is that fear, not just of intimacy, but of abandonment as well. They need distance to feel safe. As contrary as that is to our way of thinking, or even with a normal ex, time apart from you doesn't just give them time to miss you like it does every other ex. It gives them a sense of safety, that the intimacy that they felt with you was real, that the door is still open, even if slightly, and that, yeah, they might have to humble themselves just a little bitty bit, but that door is still open. That's why you have to give them breadcrumbs, because if they feel that that door is permanently shut, they won't even try to open it again. They'll just write it off. Even if you meant the world to them and they're hurting and they'll never reach out to you, they'll write you off. They'll bury that connection and that bond permanently. Breadcrumbs are your way of saying, I'm still here, but I'm not chasing you. You'll have to come to me. And that's not because you're trying to play any of these weird mind games. That's because you need them to understand that them running is not going to end in you punishing them or with you necessarily rewarding them. Now look, if they go off and do some crazy stuff like hook up with 10 other guys, I understand you not taking them back, okay? To be completely honest, I don't know if that's what most avoidants do. I know that there are quite a few who do, but I also know quite a few stories of avoidants who haven't. That they simply just left, they shut down emotionally, they even got off of social media permanently, or at least while the breakup was going on. So it really does just depend on your avoidant ex. Last but not least, these people are not demons, they're not monsters, okay? They're people who have been seriously hurt, usually in childhood. I've known, I think at least one that was seriously scarred due to her husband passing away in her early 20s. And I'm telling you that those people are good underneath. It's just they have so many issues, so many wounds. It makes it nearly impossible for them to have a happy, healthy relationship. And I know that the world hates them, and they know that the world hates them, and they know that they're the problem. Deep down, they know that they're the problem in their relationships. But they're people just like you and me with a whole lot of pain underneath a whole lot of joy and a lot of expression and a need for intimacy just like the rest of us. And I understand that if you're dating one, you may learn to hate them and you may want to push them away and maybe never talk to them again because you didn't know what you were dealing with. It's almost as bad as dealing with a narcissist because it seems like you can never give them what they really want. You give them intimacy, it makes them pull away. You pull away and go cold, it makes them pull away again. So I get it. Everybody would understand if you leave. But I'm telling you right now, if you've ever been in a relationship with a fearful avoidant, they are some of the kindest and gentlest people whenever their wounds are not triggered. They can love you deeply. They can love you like no one else can. And if you can learn to navigate it, if you can learn to be intimate with them without losing yourself, if you can learn to be secure, okay, not anxious, don't lose yourself, then you can teach them and lead them by example for how they deserve to feel loved. And over time, their little rebounds and their little running away stunts will get lesser and lesser and lesser, and they'll come back quicker and quicker and quicker, and it won't be months. And if you didn't know, the first discard from a fearful avoidant is the worst and it's the longest. And if you can survive that, and like I said, it takes months on average. Like we're talking average months, something like 3-4 months on average. If you can survive that, then the avoidant will learn by your example that you're not gonna punish them, that you're a safe place for them to let their guard down. And that fear of intimacy will be triggered so much less often the more that you prove that you're strong, that you can sit in your masculine and everything that they wanna pour on you, it's okay. Come on. It's okay. You can go ahead and you can let down your guard around me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to attack you. It's okay. If you can learn to be that person for that fearful avoidant, you will trigger them into returning over and over again because they crave and fear intimacy above all else. All that being said, little bro, little sis, you've got this and I've got you. I'll see you in the next one.